trucks from the Aquatennial fireworks.
Riders beware.
That scares me.
Tonight, closing what may be a loophole in inspections on amusement rides.
But first, a frantic call to 911. A 14-year-old reports his own mother's murder, but was he forced to make that call? That is just one of the angles police in Blaine are investigating tonight. Good evening, and thanks for joining us for more news at 10. I'm Brad Satin.
And I'm Jessica Miles. Investigators say Helen Tomasoni was gunned down inside her home on 107th Avenue Northeast on Saturday morning. Allison Triercy is live tonight where the victim worked. Allison?
Jessica, Helen Tomasoni worked at the Metro Gun Center just behind me on this rural road. I'm told both she and her husband both knew how to operate and shoot guns, and in fact, customers say Gary Tomasoni went to the center for shooting practice. Neighbors speak glowingly of the family who lived here, happy, loving. Police must unravel what went so wrong.
You don't find people like her every day.
Co-workers called Helen Tomasoni the General.
Because when I'm not here, I tell her she's in charge and she gets everybody to do their job, you know, so kind of.
That's pretty cute.
Yeah.
She works part-time for Rick Wilder at his Metro Gun Center. She was a cashier 4 days a week, trusted, reliable, and missed.
Well, I tell you, it was just devastating. Heartbroken because everybody here just loves Helen.
Neighbors continue to leave her flowers. 5 a.m. Saturday, the Tomasoni's 14-year-old son called police, saying an intruder was in the house. Perhaps a misleading call. Police never found an intruder, only Helen's lifeless body, a gun, and other evidence. Within hours, police arrested Helen's husband, Gary Tomasoni, for her murder.
It's just a hard thing to go through.
Neighbors can't understand what happened. Never any loud arguments or police calls to the home.
I never had any inkling at all that something like this was going on or that there had any problems at all.
Over 25% of violent crimes in our state are domestic violence related. Police say there is far more going on behind closed doors than many of us tend to realize. All weekend, police say they have met with the 14 and 22-year-old sons in the Tomasoni family. They're trying to help them cope and to learn more about this crime. I'm told we'll get many more details in the next few days. Live in Blaine, Allison Triercy, 5 Eyewitness News.
New at 10, a man is hit and killed right near a pedestrian crosswalk. It happened on Highway 95 in Marine on St. Croix. Investigators say the victim is a 49-year-old Minneapolis man hit by a white minivan. There's a clearly marked pedestrian crosswalk nearby. What happened is still under investigation by the State Patrol. No one is under arrest tonight.
Fireworks in the sky turned to fireworks on the ground. An attack that came out of nowhere. A Minneapolis traffic officer blindsided, punched in the face, and knocked unconscious during the Aquatennial fireworks show. A disgusting crime, but for those who saw it, an honorable response. Traffic Control Officer Michael McLaughlin on the ground regaining consciousness around 10:30 Saturday night.
I was just shocked.
Just moments earlier, this man celebrating his bachelor party stepped out of a limo at the corner of Washington and Park Avenues and saw what happened.
This guy came rushing around the corner and said to us, this meter guy, acting like a punk, I just slapped him. And he said, I'm going to go cold cock that guy.
And true to his word,
He ran up and meter guy was talking to the guy's girlfriend facing us, and next thing we saw, he cold cocked him, full out punched him right in the face, and the guy went down and he hit the fire hydrant on the way down. The guy was out, didn't see him moving. We were afraid he was paralyzed.
the suspect, though, didn't get far.
Next thing we saw, two guys who were hanging out in front of the restaurant here jumped the guy and got him down on the ground, and two police officers came rushing across the street and tackled him right away.
He eventually had to be tasered, a scary sight.
First, we didn't think he was going to do it. I mean, who hits a police officer? And, you know, he went and did it.
Two others were also arrested, a man accused of throwing rocks at cars and a woman for apparently jumping on an officer's back. It's not clear what started it all. Tonight, the officer is recovering from a concussion.
A woman who pleaded guilty in the scalding death of a little girl could get more than the maximum penalty when sentenced tomorrow. Julie Meyer faces 15 years in prison, though the judge could double that time because of the viciousness of this crime. Jordan Gonchareski died last July from burns covering 70% of her body. Last month, a judge sentenced her father, Jason, to 30 years in prison.
Volunteers tonight are picking up the search for a Wisconsin woman last seen leaving a meeting at church. Police near Madison say 50-year-old Francine Tate and her husband had befriended a man the night before she disappeared, a stranger by the name of Randy, who has also gone missing. He was last seen in Little Falls, Minnesota, is not considered to be a suspect, but officers do want to talk to him. Tate may be driving a 1991 Burgundy Toyota Corolla with Wisconsin plates WKV 929. A $15,000 reward is being offered for information.
An investigation is now underway after a Northwest Airlines flight bound for Minneapolis was forced to make an emergency landing near Eau Claire, Wisconsin. A flight attendant reported smelling something burning on board that plane on Friday. When they couldn't figure out what it was, the pilot decided to land. 150 passengers were then bused to the Twin Cities. No one was hurt or sickened by that odor. A haunting warning from Al-Qaeda tonight, being met with a tough new message on Capitol Hill. As U.S. intelligence officials track what they're calling a resurgence of the terror network, President Bush says nothing has been ruled out, even invading Pakistan, where terrorists are believed to be hiding. Still, critics are skeptical the U.S. would send troops to that region, saying the armed forces are already stretched too thin.
Hundreds of Minnesota National Guard soldiers are home for the first time in months tonight. As you see, fire engines leading the troops into Alexandria, where soldiers were finally reunited with family. Plenty of hugs and kisses for the Red Bulls, who've been in Iraq for the past 16 months. More celebrations are planned for tomorrow when soldiers from New Ulm and Fairmont return home. Well, as they're returning, others are just leaving for now a second tour of duty in Iraq. About 150 soldiers from the Little Falls area will be deployed on Wednesday. They'll be spending the next 3 months at Fort McCoy before heading to Iraq for about a year.
For some, it's the chance of a lifetime. An archaeological dig right here in Minnesota uncovering remnants of a Native American village untouched for 8,000 years. The digging and sifting started on Friday near a farm in Elk River. Already, rare artifacts have turned up, including a spearhead and bits of pottery. And the unique part here, not everyone involved is an archaeologist.
I was nervous that I would miss something or break something or cave in the hole and stuff like that. But
well, if you'd like to be a part of this historic dig, head to KSTP.com. We have posted excavation times and contact information so you can join the efforts at the village site. Work begins again next weekend.
Born in International Falls, Tammy Faye Messner drew national fame with her televangelist husband. Now her family is considering a public memorial. Messner, of course, died Friday from cancer. She met Jim Baker at a Minneapolis Bible school. They divorced in 1992 while he was in prison for defrauding millions from their PTL ministries. Earlier this month, she talked to Larry King about her failing health.
I talk to God every single day, and I say, God, my life is in your hands, and I trust you with me.
A family service was held Saturday in Missouri.
New at 10, a food recall is expanding tonight. Dozens of brands are added to a growing list of tainted food, and some of those products may still be on store shelves. We'll have the full health alert next at 10.
And we're tracking rain as close by as 80 miles from the Twin Cities to our south, but could new rains pop up yet before the night is over? I'll have the answer coming up in just 10 minutes.
Plus, some of the most severe flash flooding the Twin Cities has ever seen tonight, reliving the superstorm 20 years later.
But first, what may be a major loophole in how often festival rides are inspected. That move to close the loophole here in Minnesota when more news continues.
It's a Minnesota jewel. Unspoiled wilderness, first-class fishing, and even an island hotel getaway.
oh, it's wonderful.
Come along and explore Rainy Lake. Watch On the Road tonight at 10:35.
Coming up tomorrow on 5 Eyewitness News Morning.
We'll tell you how to spot summer sports burnout in your kids.
What's on your iPod? We'll tell you what celebrities are listening to.
And where were you during the superstorm of 1987? We'll take a look back at some amazing video.
Watch 5 Eyewitness News Morning tomorrow starting at 5 a.m.
Closed captioning sponsored by McCarthy Cadillac in Roseville. See the best selection of new Escalades in the state. Priced from just $49,995 at the area's volume leader for 16 consecutive years.
If you had a mouse in your home, you'd trap it. Well, you have things like dust mite debris, bacteria, pollen, and mold spores circulating in the air in your home. A Filtrete high-performance filter traps 90% of them. An ordinary filter, just 20%. 90 versus 20. It's your home. Trap trap them. Filtrete filters. Clean the air you breathe. And try the Filtrete Air Purifier. It's 9 times more effective than the leading brand.
Meet Angela from Maple Grove.
I am the mother of 4 genetically gifted eating machines.
She asked Cub to bring more of, well, everything for less to her table. So, we came to the rescue with a $100 gift card. With true value in every aisle, Mom was able to fill her bottomless pits. At least for the time being. Call for your chance to win $100 in free food. Cub, bringing more to your table.
Try Arby's new popcorn chicken shakers, made with 100% natural all-white meat chicken. Add as much or as little buffalo or barbecue sauce as you'd like, then just shake it up. So good, they'll have you saying, I'm thinking Arby's.
Housley Ford, #1 certified dealer in the Northland. Huge selection of over 250 used vehicles, all makes and models. Cars, trucks, SUVs, crossovers, and minivans, many under $9,000. Buyers drive hundreds of miles for low prices to Housley Ford, White Bear Lake.
5 Eyewitness News is presented by YouFly Rewards. Join today at suncountry.com.
Excuse me, I see that the line is a little long, so I would like to take a vote. Either we open up an extra line or Dawn here goes on break. Extra line? Break? It's not exactly what I had in mind.
New tonight, a festival ride that killed a teenager in Wisconsin may not have been inspected in at least 3 years. And now we're learning, even though state code says amusement rides should be inspected at least once a year, there's no requirement to do so. Here in Minnesota, a similar loophole is about to be closed. Tim Chernow is live in Stillwater with the new details at 10 tonight. Tim?
Jessica, this ride behind me could be inspected by the state of Minnesota, but as of right now, it's not required by law to be inspected. Well, this bill changes that. Mandatory annual inspections, it doesn't take effect until January 1st.
Thrill rides are
awesome.
and always potentially dangerous.
That scares me. As a parent, I would be very cautious about putting my child on any ride. I'll send somebody up to replace it.
That from a woman who owns a thrill ride, the bungee trampoline. Beverly Quiston says she makes sure her ride is safe, every nut and bolt.
If the public is using your equipment, you need to think of it as though your own child is getting on it.
But she says she knows that not every ride in every state is as safe.
Absolutely. Down in Florida, they had one of these. Scared me sick.
It's fun.
She says her crew inspects the ride every day.
There you go.
Before we open, and we are also watching throughout the day.
But she's never been officially inspected in Arizona, Texas, North Carolina, Ohio, or her home state of Minnesota.
We have an electrical inspection. We do not have a ride inspection program.
She welcomes inspections, says she'd like to see them tougher.
They are probably not rigorous enough.
In states that don't have required regular inspections, she warns riders.
They're really at the mercy of the owner of the equipment to maintain it.
Well, they're just about to start the fireworks here at Lumberjack Days in Stillwater. Interestingly, the food service vendors that are here have regular, frequent inspections, but this bill will help the rides catch up to that. Again, it takes effect January 1st. Live in Stillwater, I'm Tim Chernow, 5 Eyewitness News.
Organizers of the 10,000 Lakes Music Festival are promising big changes after the weekend ends with 2 deaths and more than a dozen arrests. One of those deaths police are calling a drug overdose, the other a possible medical condition. All of the arrests were drug-related. A plan to prevent another pool tragedy has the support of an Edina couple who knows the danger firsthand. Their daughter, 6-year-old Abby Taylor, remains in serious condition 3 weeks after she sat on a pool drain. Her injury is so severe she lost part of her intestine. Tomorrow, her parents will be joining Minnesota Senator Amy Klobuchar in a push for tougher pool standards.
A nationwide health alert expands tonight. A recall now includes more than 80 different types of canned meat, which some may still be on store shelves. The products may be linked to an outbreak of botulism. Brand names include Castleberry's, Ostec, and Best Yet. We have posted the recall info on our website at KSTP.com. Boosting the economy by cutting back on carbon emissions, Governor Tim Pawlenty plans to push his ideas on developing renewable energy as he takes over as chairman of the National Governors Association tomorrow. The new position is a big political move for Pawlenty. Despite the rumors, though, he denies positioning himself for higher office.
It is called the Superstorm, and for very good reason. Nearly 9,000 homes and businesses damaged, tallying $27 million and 2 lives lost. The storm hit the Twin Cities 20 years ago tomorrow, but as Tom Hauser shows us, it's still a vivid memory for anyone who lived through it.
The 1987 superstorm started with a roar over Maple Grove, a tornado that damaged or wiped out dozens of homes.
All of a sudden she says, our house is gone, and the basement door must open, you could see the sky.
But the Maple Grove tornado is now just a footnote to what came next.
The car was literally floating in the water. It's up to about your waist.
Make it okay?
It was one of those nights that you hear about, you see in a movie, but you wouldn't actually live it. And I was living it that night.
5 Eyewitness News meteorologist Dave Dahl says it was the most severe weather event he's witnessed in his 30 years of forecasting. At least 11 inches of rain fell in a 6-hour period. Some areas saw as much as 16 inches of rain. It caused the most severe, widespread flash flooding ever in the Twin Cities.
The water here on Highway 12 is calf deep and rising. This stretch of the highway has been closed off.
Kevin Berger was on duty with 5 Eyewitness News.
The superstorm that hit the Twin Cities, July of '87.
Now a radio host on FM 107, Berger, like many Twin Cities residents, will never forget that night.
I was standing in the middle of what was then Highway 12, up to my waist, feeling the current around my feet and knees. I was afraid I was going to be submerged.
It seems nearly everything and everyone did end up submerged. Cars were driven blindly into flash floods throughout the Twin Cities.
Pushed a couple of the cars back up, and then this guy drove through and he started floating. And then we brought him back, because the car was literally floating in the water.
In Mendota Heights, an underground parking garage at an apartment complex filled with water.
I've never seen the water this deep in Mendota Heights at all.
When the water started filling first-floor apartments, the building was evacuated. In Edina, Southdale Mall became a sort of indoor water park as rainwater cascaded down steps. Water poured through light fixtures. It literally came down in buckets, leaving ankle-deep water throughout the mall. At a furniture store down the street, stranded shoppers slept on the showroom floor. They would have a rude awakening.
The next day, when the light came, it was phenomenal. It looked like a big lake where the cities used to be.
The Interstate 494 Bush Lake Road interchange in Bloomington was littered with flooded cars. 9 Mile Creek flowed way beyond its banks, flooding neighborhoods in Edina, Bloomington, and Eden Prairie. Sandbagging efforts often proved futile.
It's a feeling of helplessness because you can hear the water trickling from underneath the foundation.
One man even died when his basement foundation collapsed on top of him. The water so powerful, it sucked a metal shed into the basement. In Eden Prairie, a huge sinkhole in a new housing development swallowed a house under construction. It was a weather phenomenon that stunned the most seasoned meteorologists back then and still does to this day.
We saw pictures of people rowing boats down 494. You know, that type of thing, it burns in your brain and you never forget it.
The superstorm of 1987 is one weather event that lives up to its name even 20 years later. Tom Hauser, 5 Eyewitness News.
Well, just 3 days before the superstorm, another 4 to 9 inches of rain had fallen in the Twin Cities, so by the time the storm hit, the ground was already saturated.
To today now, we caught a break today, but as the mercury rises this week, so will air pollution levels. The heat wave prompting an air quality advisory already in the Twin Cities through Thursday. High temps and high humidities could pose breathing problems as well during the intense heat of the day.
No question about it.
Yeah,
it's going to be a rough week, huh?
We kind of escaped that heat today, but look at the fireworks, guys.
Stillwater, Lumberjack Days wrapping up, and
wrapping up.
Nice little show going on there.
Yeah, right over the water. What a pretty sight at the St. Croix tonight. Good show. Nice clear picture there. Looking good. We just watch this for the next 3 minutes. Nah.
What happened in of that rain, though, we were talking about?
You know, there was some rain, and there's still some pouring rain in parts of the state at this hour on SkyMax 5, and some places are getting 3 inches, but it's feast or famine.
Yeah.
I mean, and this is a narrow focused area, and unfortunately it didn't widen its scope on the rainfall. We'll show you where it's at right now, because it is raining very heavily in Buffalo County, Wisconsin. In fact, I'm going to show you our weather bug there in a moment, and you'll see how much rain they have had already tonight. So we got missed so far by these clusters of storms. The jet stream coming straight south, and so it's taking these storms that developed here and moving them right down the line, and they actually will move into Iowa tomorrow. The rainfall today, though, there was a soaking rain in some areas. The greens, all the darker greens, at least an inch worth of rain. That extends from eastern Pine County and then out in sections of Polk County, Wisconsin, Barron, and then down into areas of St. Croix and Pierce County, Wisconsin. So some places getting some welcome rain, but it's not everywhere. Turtle Lake had 1.5 inches. Prairie Farm. Got a viewer, Sarah, sent me an email from Donsville, Wisconsin. 3.5 inches worth of rain in her rain gauge, and Doppler radar, this red estimating 5 inches worth down here to the south of even Downsville, excuse me, as that heavy rain soaked many areas. Let's get out there tonight now to WeatherBug, show you some of the rainfall totals. Here's a live look in at Buffalo Lutheran School in Cochrane. 3.25 inches of rain, and it's still pouring right now. 0.73 in Rice Lake, Frederick, Wisconsin, 0.49. So we are just within 100 miles of a soaking rain, but unfortunately it is just in an isolated area. 76 outside right now, 65 the dew point. Southeasterly winds at 9, 69% the relative humidity. There still is an outside chance tonight of a thunderstorm, but the chances will only decrease towards tomorrow afternoon over the central and northern half of the state. 60s across the east, 70s west. There is still the warm front right here, and that warm front dividing hot, steamy air from, well, mild to warm air sitting across eastern Minnesota and wet areas of Wisconsin. So the hot weather tomorrow still baking North and South Dakota, western Minnesota with highs in the upper 90s to 100s. Tuesday afternoon, that heat will start to inch its way eastward, and I think by Tuesday afternoon we should make 90 degrees. I have cut back tomorrow's high. I originally thought 90, and I still think there is a chance at it, but the cloud cover tomorrow may play a pivotal role in limiting temperatures just a bit. It's not too cloudy at this hour, but there are going to be some low clouds here starting to form throughout the rest of tonight. All right, here's Raincast. Still a little hope for some showers tonight, and then tomorrow as we go to the late afternoon, it's going to be southeast Minnesota finding themselves under the showers and thunderstorms, and those will then diminish and go away by late tomorrow afternoon. Temperatures on Monday, near 90 degrees, but most of us will probably settle for about the upper 80s around most of the state as the jet stream. It's got a cutoff low over the east coast, so no major pattern changes during the next 5 to 7 days. 88 for tomorrow's high, a mix of sun and clouds, but warm and humid weather. It'll just get real hot over the next 2 to 3 days. We're talking mid-90s, and the heat index could go over 100 degrees and stay there for a couple of days. That'd be Wednesday and Thursday. Next possibility of any showers will be coming on Friday. So we might have missed the 3 inches worth of rain, but we still have a small hope of rain tomorrow.
All right, keep our fingers crossed.
Thank you, Rob.
Thank you, Rob. Coming up, British Open went down to a playoff.
And the Twins had a chance to sweep the Angels at the Dome. Rod tells us if they got the job done. Next in sports.
Only 5 Eyewitness News puts the sizzle back into your summer with Viking Sports Wrap. It all kicks off Sunday, August 5th at 11:05.
It's Ford's model year clearance, the best time to get into America's best-selling truck. Now get a built Ford Tough F-150 with 0% financing or up to $45.07 cash back. F-150 delivers up to 20 miles per gallon and has best-in-class towing and payload. Now get into a Ford F-150 with 0% financing or up to $45.07 cash back during Ford's model year clearance. Visit your local Northland Ford dealer or go to northlandford.com.
Schneiderman's Freedom Sale. There's still time to take the 4th off. 25% off sale prices on any one piece of furniture with qualifying purchase or no interest till 2011. Furniture and freedom never looked so good. Schneiderman's Freedom Sale, on now.
New Subway Scrabble, a 1 in 2 chance to win instantly. Play new Subway Scrabble to instantly win food, or collect letters and play online for a chance to win thousands of prizes, including 10 $100,000 jackpots. Play often, win often. Subway, eat fresh.
The summer sale is on at Carpets Plus Color Tile. Visit any Carpets Plus Color Tile showroom today and you'll save on a huge selection of all types of floor coverings, including carpet, tile, and hardwood. With so many styles and colors to choose from, combined with 50 years of experience, we've got it covered. Now is your chance to save big. It's the summer sale at all Twin Cities Carpets Plus Color Tile showrooms. But just like summer, this sale won't last forever. Visit a showroom near you today.
IDARC Media is the official publisher of the Verizon Yellow Pages and home to superpages.com, delivering billions of print and online searches every year. So anywhere, anytime, find the answers you need and the things you want. IDARC Media, bringing superpages.com and the Verizon Yellow Pages to your community.
Schneiderman's Freedom Sale. There's still time to take the 4th off. 25% off sale prices on any one piece of furniture with qualifying purchase or no interest till 2011. Furniture and freedom never looked so good. Schneiderman's Freedom Sale, on now.
How much are you willing to pay for happiness? At KiaMatch.com, we can help you find a life partner through our compatibility program. It's so easy. It's got everyone talking.
They matched me with a great deal on the fuel-efficient Kia Spectra, complete with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty program, and we've never been happier.
How lucky is that guy? So log on to KiaMatch.com and start getting happy.
Find your match at KiaMatch.com or visit your Twin Cities Kia retailers.
Well, the Twins didn't win today, but not bad at home.
All in all, it was a good homestand for the Twins. They leave town unhappy after a Sunday performance in which they couldn't gain much ground on Detroit. Matt Garza, superb in his first 2 starts of the season, but struggled today. A bases-loaded walk gives the Angels their first run of the game. One of the few Twins highlights was right here. Look at this. Jason Kubel misjudges the fly initially, then recovers and lays out, makes just a spectacular grab. Ahead to the 3rd, Garrett Anderson DHing for the Angels today as Solo poked to right. Twins find themselves in a 3-0 hole that they could not climb out of. Twins rally, though, in the 6th. Justin Morneau laces the single to center, bounces up, catches Nathan Haynes right there in the throat. Jeff Cirillo scores. It's 4-2. The Angels would put 3 more across the plate. Gopher standout Rob Quinlan, the former Gopher, RBI double to right. Twins get 6-10 in this homestand, but don't get the sweep, losing 7-2 to the Angels.
We wanted to do a little better than that. Had a chance to go 7-3 today. Didn't make it, so we'll go to Toronto and see if we can regroup and win a series up in Toronto and go from there.
With the Twins tonight in Toronto, Rondell White, the Twins left fielder, has been hurt all season. It's hoped that he can add some hits and some punch to the Twins' inconsistent offense. No doubt about it, his teammates are glad he's back.
I think this team needs Rondell, man. I mean, his energy and hopefully he'll get in there and be a boost to our lineup, and get some big hits. That's really what we need.
To the amazing day at the British Open, Padraig Harrington surges past Sergio Garcia. 1-shot lead when he teed off on 18. Tough time, too. The shot takes a couple of bounces on the walkway, plummets into the burn. That spells trouble in a big way. Harrington's nightmare wouldn't end, though. Takes a drop. His next shot right in the burn again. Double bogeys. Garcia retakes the lead, but he couldn't hold on. The par putt on 18 for the win does not drop. They go to a 4-hole playoff. Harrington takes command on the first hole of the playoff, birdies, and then Sergio bogeys. They would come down to the 4th playoff, hole number 18 again, and this time Harrington makes it sing. The bogey putt for the win, only the 2nd Irishman to take home the claret jug. That's sports. More 5 Eyewitness News after this break.
5 Eyewitness News weather is presented by St. Paul Minneapolis Plumbing and Heating.
It's time for the Minneapolis-St. Paul Plumbing and Heating Quick Check. Get your home's air conditioning system ready for the hot days. A 6-point quick check of your system will be your best investment. There's a truck in your neighborhood now. Minneapolis-St. Paul Plumbing and Heating. Still the most comfortable call you can make.
Road & Track calls the Infiniti FX simply one of the best performance SUVs in the world. AutoWorld.com proclaimed the Infiniti QX as luxury on a grand scale. What will you say? Visit the Infiniti Limited Engagement Summer Event before it ends July 31st and receive 0.9% APR financing on select Infiniti vehicles.
Menards is your landscaping headquarters. Spruce up your landscaping with edgers and lava rock. Interlock edgers are great for straight or curved borders. Just dig, then place the edgers and finish. In 4 colors, interlock edgers are only 79 cents each. Add color with red lava rock or red lava pebbles. Great for flower beds or any landscaping project. Your choice, just $2.89 a bag. Helping make landscaping jobs easy. Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Take these to Rogers and Lewis.
It's hard to resist McDonald's no ice coffee. Treat yourself to a cool, creamy cup of bliss anytime you need a pick-me-up. Or two.
Imagine if life as we know it was suddenly frozen in time. U.S. Bank presents Pompeii. What nature destroyed, it also preserved. Only at the Science Museum. And don't miss Greece, presented by Star Tribune.
Bundle and save with Frontier and win 100% digital TV, fast internet, and unlimited long distance. 3 of a kind at one great price. And with Frontier Flyaway, you've got another way to win all summer long. We're giving away 8 worry-free vacations, Las Vegas flight and hotel packages. Just add any Frontier service and you're entered. Why chance cables rate hikes? Winning service and reliable savings. Now that's a sure thing. Welcome to the new Frontier.
Spamalot on sale now at Ordway Center. Call 651-224-4222.
If ever you're not satisfied with one of our tires, please feel free to bring it back. Thank you. Discount Tire Company.
Explore with us the unspoiled wilderness at the top of Minnesota. Watch On the Road with Jason Davis tonight at 10:35.
Oh, it's wonderful.
It's the quick response team from St. Paul, Minneapolis Plumbing and Heating. Increased water pressure in just 1 day. Dripping faucets, leaking pipes, fixture installs with one of the largest service fleets in the Midwest. St. Paul, Minneapolis Plumbing and Heating with an on-time guarantee. The most comfortable call you can make.
Last weather look.
All right, there's still an outside possibility of a thunderstorm tonight, but then tomorrow back in the heat, temps in the upper 80s, then mid-90s for 3 days in a row, maybe 4. Going to get pretty steamy here for the next few days.
Thanks, Bob. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Be sure to join us tomorrow morning for 5 Eyewitness News at 5. On the Road with Jason Davis is next. Good night.
Lease a nicely equipped new 07 Chevy Silverado Extended Cab 4x4 just $259 a month. Best-in-class fuel economy, a 5-star crash rating, and a 5-year 100,000-mile warranty just $259 a month. Chevrolet, an American Revolution at Denny Hecker's Southview Chevrolet.